Okay, my friends, so today there was some pretty big VR news that dropped. That's right, Meta finally dropped the first gameplay trailer for the highly anticipated Attack on Titan VR game that was announced like a year ago, basically a year ago. And to be honest, from what I've seen of it, I'm pretty underwhelmed. And I think this is a perfect example of why people are feeling frustrated in the VR gaming space, because frankly, we can do better, team. That's my summation of the whole thing. And I'm gonna walk you through exactly what I'm talking about right now. And I think it all comes down to oversetting people's expectations and then undelivering and undercutting and saying, well, you guys wanted a new VR game, deal with it. That seems to be sort of the sentiment in the industry, and this is coming from someone who's clearly spent way too much time in VR and just wants it to succeed. I'm getting tired of telling people that the greatest VR experience is Half-Life Alyx because that came out like 5 years ago at this point. Give me a new golden goose and let's lay that egg. But enough of me rambling. Let's check out the trailer. Now, before we watch this new gameplay trailer, I want to show you exactly why I'm underwhelmed by it. If you don't recall, this was the first concept trailer they released for this game. It's the same game we're talking about, okay? So this was the concept trailer that they released to hype up people and to sell Quest headsets to new users. This is what they were trying to sell us this experience would sort of be like, okay? This looks epic, it looks intense, the environment looks immersive and beautiful, they've got actual shading. And by the way, this kind of graphic, totally possible on the Quest 3. I think. Right, so this looks pretty sick. Now let's look at the gameplay trailer that was just dropped today, and maybe you'll feel what I feel. So this is the actual gameplay. Already the shading's not exactly the same, but that's fine. There's stuttering frames, which this blows my mind. In a VR meta trailer that's going on IGN, let's like not have one of the first shots be stuttering. Like, we can represent the headset so much better than this. It's capable of so much more. But let's continue. Graphics are horrifying, but not terrible in this shot. And I want to be optimistic. I want to make that clear. But like this looks like a fan-made game from like from like 5 years ago. It's like blocky, basically cube buildings, no real interaction with anything besides just flying around the environment, which is cool. But again, this looks like something that I've played in a fan-made game like 4 years ago. And in fact, I did play a fan-made game that looks almost identical to this, which we'll look at in a second. Another concern of mine is the slicing mechanic in this it doesn't look super tactile to me. And it doesn't look like it'll be very immersive. We also get to see a lot of nude giants, which I'm okay with. Like, it looks like there's really not a whole lot of physics at play. It's mostly canned animations. The slicing just seems like it slows you down and you have a minute to like slice and there's no real like tactile feel to it. I don't know. And again, for an official meta title, it does look metal, I'll give them that. But for an official meta title, I would just expect a lot more from it in terms of visual quality and how well it runs. I do like the dismemberment. That's the only thing that I've seen in this that isn't already in the fan-made Attack on Titan games. But like, what is this animation? It looks like the mechanic is that you'll get there, time slows down, and you do that, and it just plays like a canned animation of slicing. Like, if you're doing full-body combat in VR, that's like, in my opinion, the opposite of what people are looking for. They want to feel like they're actually doing the slicing, not watching a video of it. That doesn't look super satisfying to me. And maybe I'm wrong, and I hope I am wrong, in fact. But I've got to speak the truth here. I guess because of the concept trailer, I was really hoping this would be the first like fully cinematic AAA game that Meta could come out with, and it just doesn't seem to live up to that hype they built. Naked giants are fun, though. We give our hearts, but not our polygons. The other thing, too, is it's launching in early access for like $4.99, which I think is sort of their acknowledgement that it's not worth as much as they wanted it to be. But like, this is the game. I know it's possible to create this game. It's not an impossibility, even on the Quest 3. But that is not this. And the reason why I was underwhelmed initially is because I played an Attack on Titan VR multiplayer fan-made game that was made by one single developer like 4 years ago. And it looks...
I'm coming for this guy.
It looks pretty similar in terms of the mechanics, in terms of the graphics.
Oh.
Like, it's basically the same visuals.
I tried my best.
That wasn't even the best Attack on Titan VR fan-made game I played. I played this one, which to me looks almost identical to what they're going for. Yeah, like, look, the starting point's right on top of the wall like it was in the other one. The graphics look pretty much the same buildings.
I didn't know he was supposed to be able to move.
So I guess it's just after a year of hype and after playing this single developer-made game, I was expecting something on a much larger scale than it seems will be delivered based on this teaser trailer. I really do hope I'm wrong, and I hope there's more points of interaction and a little bit more dynamic physics that get added into it before it finally drops, but as someone who is really looking forward to this for quite some time, I don't think it's going to be the headset seller that it could have been and that people wanted it to be. But you tell me your thoughts. What do you think about this Attack on Titan trailer? Are you still optimistic? Do you think there's room for a lot of changes, or do you think we just haven't seen everything they have to offer? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you when I see you.